Going live. Hey guys, it's Carrie B, your 9 to 5 excuse buster, coming right back at you today. It is still Sunday afternoon, and I'm just making a few videos. And again, once before we get started, I want to invite you to join my YouTube page by subscribing, where you can come and visit and be inspired by my tips. Leave your comments and let me know what videos or what topics you'd like for me to share more on. If you are joining me because you are excited and ready to start your journey, then jump on over to carrieb.cincy.us and click on join my team and join me on this amazing journey. If you're looking for more information on how and have questions, I can answer those at carrie.bowens@yahoo.com. So this afternoon's topic is, are you working your business or is your business working you? Think about that. Are you working your business or is your business working you? And where does that come from? I hear all the time about how people are so busy. They feel like they have so many things to do and they're just not getting anything done. And when you ask them some qualifying questions, or some clarifying questions, I should say, you'll learn that they actually haven't done anything for their business. It's that their mind is racing and they have all these things that they want to do for them, haven't accomplished anything. So why do you think that happens? Because we spend 90% of the time thinking about our business. And the average person spends only about 10% of their time actually working their business. Wow. So why is that? Why is that I'm thinking, but I'm not getting anything done? Well, that goes back to the video I made earlier about having a plan. You see, when you have a plan and everything is in law and order and everything has a place and everything has a time and it's working all in harmony and that nature, then your mind is not racing, because you can put follow-ups up on the shelf because you do those on Wednesday. And you can put interact with my team and check in with my team up on the shelf because you got that plan to do on Tuesday. But when you have no plan and you just wake up each and every day and things just happen, and you get things done if you can, and if you don't, they're continuing to race through your mind. Then you get into that cycle of thinking about your business, thinking about working your business more than you're actually working your business. So, why is that? Because we have no plan. So think about it. When you're driving down the road and you have no plan, you just know that you need to get parties, you want to get sales, you want to meet new people. Oh, and you need to hand out some samples and share. You'll see a phone booth or someone on a phone, and you'll be reminded, oh man, I needed to call that customer. Oh, geez, I forgot to drop that order off. That happens because you have no plan. You see, take a few moments each and every evening, or before you go to bed, or when you wake up in the morning and you're enjoying your cup of coffee, and jot down the things that you'd like to accomplish that day. And for me, I write down everything in my life that I want to accomplish that day. So in my planner, it has everything. I know we're encouraged to separate our family life from our business life, but since I am Cincy and Cincy is me, everything goes in order. So whether it's for my true 9 to 5, it's for my Cincy, my family, it's all in one place. I don't need any extra planners or lists. It needs to be as centralized as possible. And that's what works for me. Something else may work for you. You may be the type where you could color code it and have it in different places. And that's great. Find the system that works for you and go for it. But the key here is to have it written down. And if you're like me, you like to tick things off and be able to say, done. But without a plan, that doesn't happen. And so your thoughts and your to-dos and your many projects that you need to complete for your day-to-day business and your day-to-day life are competing in your mind. So when you see that phone and you're reminded to take a follow-up, well, that thought of following up is in front, and now you've got, I need to make samples and I need to deliver orders, and oh, I need to go to the grocery store and I need to do all these things. So these things are fighting for your attention to be at the forefront, and therefore something is always falling back and possibly being forgotten about. So write it down. So how do we get out of this, feeling like I'm working my business, thinking about I'm working my business, but I'm truly not working my business? Well, I've got 5, quick tips that I'll share. And these tips will help you ensure that you are actually working your business, okay? So the number 1 tip is to stop stopping. And what I mean by that is that So many times we have a plan and we come up with a system that's working, but we only give it enough life or enough tension, maybe for a few days, and then we're back to thinking about it all the time. Start with a plan, start with an idea, and it doesn't matter if Sally has a better looking planner than you, or she seems like she's getting so much more done than you. In your day, mark it as success if you actually had a plan and you had all your to-dos and thoughts in one location, or however your system works, and you were able to at least look at it. You may not have accomplished anything, but you got it written down, and you know these are the things I need to accomplish. Consider that a success. But stop stopping and start planning. That's the number one thing. Plan by writing it down. Number two, I want to encourage you to dream bigger and dream faster. Because when you're dreaming big and you're dreaming faster, it keeps you on track. It gives you the momentum to keep on keeping on. It gives you that momentum and drive to want to stay organized, to want to work your plan, and to want to see your plan come to fruition and see completion done as well. Right? So uh get your plan, stick with your plan, and keep on keeping on, right? The third thing is, and I've said it in the first two steps, is be consistent. Stay consistent. Stick with things long enough so that you can realize them and see them come true, right? You can see them completed. You want to stay consistent, and in order to be the most successful at being consistent is don't give yourself this big huge piece of task to do when you've been doing zero. It's like if you want to lose 50 pounds in a month, and so you go from not doing anything, not exercising, not making great food choices, to all of a sudden by 30 days you're going to lose 50 pounds because you're going to do everything right. Don't set yourself up for failure like that. Stay consistent with whatever your time, your attention allows, your budget allows, and be consistent with it. And the more consistent you are, then you'll start realizing that you do have enough time to actually work your business, no matter how busy you are. Don't throw away your Scentsy business because you started a new job, or because you had another baby, or because Johnny started school, or Susie started ballet lessons. If you're Scentsy and you truly are Scentsy, and Scentsy's not just something you do, and it's part of your everyday being, you will figure out a way to work Scentsy in your everyday life. Just like when you wake up and you start your day and you give thanks to our Lord and Savior. You give him the day, you ask for his will to be done. You do that every day so that you can have the best day possible. But when you're making your plan every day for Scentsy. Plan to share, plan to follow up, plan to check on your team, plan to have sales and parties and basket parties and meet one-on-ones and have opportunity nights or meetings. Plan those things. Just like we plan to watch our favorite show, we plan to get up and go to work every day. Plan your what I like to call your projects that you have for your day-to-day Scentsy business, and you'll be successful as well. And you want to remind yourself, I'm sorry, number four is decide again what massive action you're willing to do. So again, no matter how busy you are, whether you work inside the home, or you work from home, or you work within the home, you're never too busy to be successful. What you're usually too busy to do is face your fears and to dream bigger and faster. When we dream bigger and faster, we don't give our doubts and our fears time to grow. Instead, we're doing constantly, and we're showing ourselves and reminding ourselves that it's possible. So we don't have time for all that stinking thinking to grow up and get to manifest and get life into it, right? So decide what your massive actions will be. Your massive action may be the product tester type thing where people are mailing out the mail outs. Your massive action may be to stop at businesses throughout the day, or pick a day that you do that once a week. Your massive action may be to do recruiting nights. Decide what your massive action is and stick with it. Stay consistent, plan for it, and watch your success grow. And then number five, you want to remind yourself as often as necessary of your why you joined Scentsy. You got to remind yourself, if it takes it moment by moment for you to do that, or day by day, or hour by hour, whatever it is for you, remind yourself, because you know what, you're gonna hit the bumps in the road. You're gonna be challenged. You're gonna feel like, oh my goodness, I planned 3 parties for the weekend, like one of our Scentsy sisters shared, and only one held, and it wasn't as great as it could have been. But because she kept working her business in all her other areas, she had basket parties out. And so she had successful basket parties out to make up for the parties that didn't hold. But she didn't give up because she's working her business and she knows the seeds that she's planted will keep her. They will sprout at the right time, and she doesn't have to give up. You see, every time you stop, you're having to restart, rebuild your momentum, rebuild your clients. You want to rebuild their confidence and letting them know that you're going to be there and they're not going to have to try to track you down. But if you just stay consistent, it's just like your job. When you wake up and, oh, maybe you have a headache today, or, oh, your tummy doesn't feel as great, but somehow you take some medicine, or you go for a jog, or you drink extra water that day, and you get up and you push through. Well, have that same passion and drive for your Scentsy business. Get up, and even though you hit some bumps in the roads, or things don't hold, or people don't return phone calls, or your product doesn't come in when you think it should, keep pushing through and make the best of what you do have. We learned on one of our training calls recently where a young lady was at a vendor event and she was way in the back. And she was like, no one's going to see me. Yeah, the stinking thinking probably creeped in a little bit, but she teamed up with the person she knew, which is her sponsor, and they put their heads together and they came up with a couple of ideas. And one was to put a scent circle in the urinal outside, which made that thing smell so amazing that people were hunting her down because they wanted whatever it was that she put in there. If it could make that urinal smell great, they wanted that product. She saw through the challenges and she teamed up with someone who would give her the positive reinforcement and team up with her. And they brainstormed and came up with an idea and a plan. And she put that plan into action and she was successful with it. She was out there doing her business and there was nothing that was going to stop her from being successful at that event. And that's how we have to think. If you sit down at the end of the day and you reflect on your business and you absolutely haven't done anything tangible for your business, ask yourself, did I even have a plan for this day? And if you didn't, just take the few moments that it takes to create a plan and start somewhere. Stop stopping and start starting. Stop dreaming and thinking less and dream bigger, faster. And keep dreaming until your dreams come true. I hope that these tidbits help you. I am your 9-to-5 excuse buster. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can be inspired and you will be energized to keep on keeping on. So until next time, you guys, 9-to-5 excuse buster out.